asked if we would be looking at her father-in-law's car. Her father-in-law's car was on our list of vehicles to look at because we were looking at every single 1998, 1999 Toyota Avalon within a geographical area from here to New Bedford and a little bit further. We had gone to an address in Fall River several times to look at that particular car, her father-in-law's car, but it was registered to a different address than where it was located. She said that the vehicle had some damage to the front end, right front end, and it had been a victim of a hit and run in front of their house at 280 Route Street on Saturday. We immediately dispatched Detective Jay Mattis and one of our patrol officers, Keith Wilkinson, to that address to look at the car, and immediately noticed that the car certainly had the damage that we were looking for as a suspect vehicle. We ended up interviewing Richard Reese, who's Jenny's husband, at the scene, and after an extensive interview, we arrested him, charging him with leaving the scene, death resulted. We interviewed other people at the scene as well. We towed his vehicle back to the Somerset Police Department. Mr. Reese was brought to the Fall River Police Department where he was booked and then transported back to the Somerset Police. As a result of that, the Somerset Police and the Mass State Trooper interviewed Mr. Reese at 2 o'clock this morning. And as a result, he was arraigned at about 9 o'clock this morning before the district court. The investigation is continuing. Mr. Reese tells us that he struck Mr. Moore and he got out of his car and spoke to the car behind him. There were 4 occupants in the vehicle immediately following Mr. Reese. He said that people in the second vehicle basically said, geez, did you see anything that happened? And Mr. Reese thought to himself, boy, they didn't see that I hit him. He got in his car and he left the scene. The people that were in the second vehicle, one of them was a nurse, immediately attended to Mr. Moore at the scene. Mr. Reese claims that he worked till 11 o'clock that night, and he came to Somerset to watch the Bruins game. The investigation is continuing about exactly what he was doing in Somerset, and we're trying to actually make sure that he was where he says he was until 11 o'clock that evening. So we have a lot more work to do, but I want to thank the Somerset Police officers, the detectives, the Mass State Police, the Fall River Chief for allowing us to put the 911 call into his community, the Plymouth County Sheriff's Office for doing the reverse 911 calls for us. I can tell you we've worked hundreds and hundreds of hours on this case. Detective Jay Mattis and Captain Netto have visited over 60 homes, looking at 60 different cars of this type throughout the geographical area. Put up billboards, did reverse 911s. We've done all kinds of networking with junkyards, trying to find out if anyone purchased the part. So we didn't leave any stones unturned, and we're satisfied that we have the right guy, we have the car, and as I said, the investigation is still continuing further.
Chief, did you get a sense that he was at all remorseful of what happened?
My understanding is that he, after this accident happened, he stayed home all Saturday, Sunday. Monday, he was physically ill, didn't leave the house, and but as far as I know right now, his wife was not aware of what happened. She really believed that there was a hit and run in front of her house. You know, obvious questions that we asked, if it happened in front of the house, was it debris from the accident, things of that nature, and they couldn't answer those questions.
I understand where you're not charging any alcohol-related charges, but you get the impression that the same topic as the Bruins game, there might have been some alcohol involved?
The story to us has been that he worked till 11 o'clock that night. The accident was about 11:45, so we have no indication that there's alcohol at this point or anything else involved in fright. But the investigation continues. We're not leaving any stone unturned. We will be analyzing his cell phone calls and things like that.
Did he say he went to see the Bruins game? Was it a private home?
He said that he got a text from someone and never met up with that person.
Chief, did you say he said he stopped?
He said he stopped. He actually spoke to the people in the car behind him, asking if they had called 911, and then he got in his car and left.
Is that true?
As far as I could tell, yes. We have interviewed the witnesses in the car behind him, and they said he did stop, and they had a brief conversation with him. They didn't tell us about it at first, but they didn't think it was important because they didn't think he was the suspect vehicle.
But in that conversation, did he say he struck Mr. Moore?
No, no. The people asked him if he knew anything about it, like what just happened, and he said, geez, they don't even realize I just did this. He said, I got scared and I left.
Now, the story that his wife said about a hit and run while the car was parked, did he tell her that?
Yes. Yes, it was on Saturday. They had some family over and they noticed some damage to the car and they asked him what happened. He said it must have been a hit and run in front of the house.
So this man was scared.
That's what he says, yes.
What do you think?
I think he was scared.
Does that excuse what he did?
Absolutely not. You know, no one, can use that as a justifiable reason. And, it's incredibly disappointing that someone would do that and leave a crippled man knocked out of a wheelchair to die in the street.
Are you surprised?
By cell phone or anything?
I don't know, but we have the cell phone when we analyze it.
There's
Text and calls.
There's a car seat in the back. Is there indicating that the child was in the car when it happened?
There's no indication that a child was in the car. We're still investigating whether or not someone else was in the car.
Did Mrs. Reese understand that you were looking for this car in connection with this hit and run?
Mrs. Reese got the reverse 911 call, and when she called us, I believe that she called us innocently, saying that, by the way, you guys come to look at the car, and if you are, you're going to see damage to it, but it's not caused by that incident in Somerset. It was caused by a hit and run.
Can you tell us what the reverse 911 call said?
Yeah, it basically said that Somerset Police are searching for a 1998, 1999 Toyota Avalon involved in a hit and run this past Friday. It will have some front end damage to it. If you have any information, call the Somerset Police immediately. So we were barraged with calls starting at 4:45 yesterday evening, and it wasn't until about 10 of 8, so a few hours later, that we got the call we were looking for.
So even though the 911 call explained exactly what you were looking for, you believe that she called you innocently?
I do. At that point, from what we know in the investigation at this point, we think that the wife was not aware that her husband had done this when she called.
Does Mr. Reese have any kind of record? Is he known to the police?
He doesn't have any extensive record that I'm aware of. He has some motor vehicle things, speeding, things like that.
Chief, can you talk about the damage? It looks like there's masking tape and it looks like there's a screw. Could you kind of...
Well, that was put on by Mr. Reese or someone other than us. That's how we towed the car here. As a matter of fact, the Mass State Police are going to come and do some more analysis of the car in a little while.
Are you surprised at how little damage there is, given the damage to the chair?
Yeah, the chair, two people tried to pick up the chair at the scene. They couldn't move it at all, so I'm guessing that the chair probably weighed at least 500 pounds. So, not an extensive amount of damage, but it is what it is, depending on, the angle that it was hit.
You know how fast the car?
Mr. Reese has 2 children.
Young children?
I believe so. 2 young car seats. Small car seats in the car.
You know how fast the car is going?
No, the Mass State Police are doing reconstruction, so we'll have more information at a later date as a result of their reconstruction.
What did he tell you in terms of how he hit Mr. Moore? Did he say that Mr. Moore was going toward him and he account for damage to the vehicle?
Yeah, I'm not going to get into specifics of that at this point until the reconstruction team is done with their investigation.
Chief, to get a professional, so to speak, what does that say about the work that your department has done to bring an end to this so quickly?
I'm extremely proud of the work that the Somerset Police has done, the state police, dispatchers, everyone, our custodians set up the billboards on the highways. So I'm just incredibly proud of the work that was done to give this family somewhat of answers. I think the biggest thing is everyone thinking that, Jimmy was laying on the ground and attended to for a while. That wasn't the case. I think that might be a little bit comforting to the family. So the family has reached out to us and they're extremely appreciative of everyone's efforts. It's a tragedy all around, but I'm very proud of the police work that was done in this case.
Can you tell us a bit about the intersection where this hit and run happened? Is it known for being a difficult or dangerous intersection in town?
It's really not an intersection. He was on a straightaway on Reed Street, and about a quarter mile from his home. He was at an event where his brother was a disc jockey about a half mile away, and he was about halfway home.
Could you reiterate the charge? Is it still just one charge?
There's one charge, yes. Yeah, leaving the scene of an accident, death resulted.
And roughly, what's the distance between the site of the accident and the suspect's home?
About a quarter mile.
No, the suspect.
Oh, suspects or the victim?
Well, both.
All right, so the victim was about a quarter mile away from his house. The suspect lived in Fall River, which
Oh.
Did he go immediately home after this happened? Did he tell you what he did?
he claims he did.
He claims he went home.
Do you know what he does for a living? Where was he working?
Allegedly at a pizza place in Fall River.
not driving for the place when this happened?
No. He left work, he said, just after 11 o'clock.
The original ID of the car was made by that car behind that we spoke to.
The people that were in the car behind couldn't give us a good description of the car. The thing that identified the car was using the passenger side bumper. So the little piece of the grill that had identifying numbers on it. And our detectives went to 2 different Toyota dealerships, and we knew 100% that car came from a 1998 or 1999 Toyota. At first it looked charcoal gray, but upon further investigation, Captain Netto learned that they didn't make a charcoal gray version, but it's a silver spruce they call it, that we can pay for.
How critical was it that the part of the car that fell off had the
It was very critical. I mean, it had part numbers, so we knew we zeroed in on it. We ran every single registered 1998, 1999 Toyota Avalon, and we didn't even just look at just the green ones. We looked at every one that they could find, and they knocked on doors relentlessly for 4 days in a row, day and night. And I reached out to the registrar in Rhode Island. They were helpful. They were giving me a list today of everybody in the Quinnipiac Island and East Bay. So we just kept branching out until we felt we needed.
And this belongs to Mr. Reese's father-in-law, or
That's
father?
Mr. Reese's father's.
Father.
And which year is it? So 98 or 99?
Captain, is it 98 or 99?
Actually, I don't know. I can check it for you.
Any other questions?
Do you know the
We have the answer here.
result of the arraignment today?
I don't know. He was held at our station overnight with $25,000 cash bail. So we went to court today. I wasn't at the courthouse. All right. If you have any individual questions, I'm going to answer them. Thank you.